up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. Anders and I are hanging out in the beer shed, working through some beers. The beer that we have today is called Zap Pink Lemonade Sour IPA, and this beer comes to us from the land of the North. This is from Nickelbrook Brewing in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. So I've had one of their beers before. I showcased one on the show ages back. I forget what it was. I know it was a stout, but I forget what it was exactly. I used to travel to Ontario fairly regularly. Anders and I have traveled up to Windsor, went to Craft Heads Brewing, hit a couple of different places. I love going up to Canada. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, we've kind of been banned. We haven't been able to go, although it seems the borders are opening up soon to the vaccinated.
Canada's a really great country to go visit and hang out at and have some fun. It's actually a very diverse country depending on where you are regionally. Totally different people, like being in different countries. But it's a great country. They have a really strong beer culture also.
I know you've traveled through Canada a lot. I really haven't. Fortunately, we live about an hour and 45 minutes from Detroit or so from here. So Detroit is literally right over the river from Windsor. So usually me and my wife will go up to Windsor in the winter because it's much cheaper, and you can get a very nice hotel for decent price, and you can walk around and check out the breweries and the beer scene there, and I absolutely love it. I've been talking to some of the Canadian beer reviewer guys that we know, so big shout out to Shane's Craft Beer Review and Beer for Breakfast, Facts for Snacks, Drew. I know them guys are up in Ontario, and I'm looking forward to once this is all over and we can all freely travel again. Going
Absolutely.
up, doing a beer road trip and hooking up with the Canadian brothers up in Ontario and maybe doing a big collaboration.
So, I don't know if it was the first time, but it was one of the first times that him and I went up to Canada. It wasn't the first time. It was probably the third or fourth time. You just received your Irish passport.
Yep.
Wanted to go up there to
use my passport.
Use your passport as
like
a celebration.
Douchebag, that's it. It's complete douchebag.
And we went up there.
No good reason for it other than that.
Hung out for a little while. Coming back, we stopped at the duty free on the Canadian side of the border. And I'm looking at beers. This dude talks to the kid working there, the 18-year-old kid working at the duty free.
Yes.
Asks him to recommend a beer.
Look,
go back to the van.
To be fair, I didn't know what none of these beers were, right? You go to another place. I don't even know if we were on Untappd back then. I didn't even know if you had that to reference beers. I didn't know what they were, so I asked the dude who works there. Who should know?
So we go back to the van, and I've got a couple of 6-packs of this and that, whatever. Not that anything I bought was great either. I think Steam Whistle ones might have been the best one.
You had some Laker Light or something.
Yeah, some weird stuff. At least I picked up 6-packs of weird stuff. This dude buys a case
of Kokanee.
Of Canadian Budweiser.
No, it's
or Canadian Stella.
Canadian Coors Light. It was Kokanee.
Called Kokanee.
Kokanee.
That this kid highly recommended Kokanee.
This shit was not good. And I had 30 cans of this garbage that I was stuck with for an extended period.
That's literally like somebody from any other country in the world coming to America. What's a good beer to buy? And you tell them. Coors Light. Miller Light. Bud Light.
Yeah.
Those are the great beers.
Yeah.
He brings back a case of Kokanee.
Listen, let's forget about that. That wasn't the greatest decision I made trusting the young man at the shop there to sell me that. Since then, I found the new places. What's it called? LCBO, I think it's called.
Yes, the LCBO.
LCBO is
Those are solid.
Yeah, you can go there. I usually pick up whatever I can, as much as I can bring back without having to pay taxes on it. I'll do that before we come back from Canada. So, kind of excited to try this Canadian brew here. Like I said, this is it's called Zap! Exclamation point. Pink Lemonade Sour. And when I see Zap, it reminds me of another great Canadian hero, Zap Rousdower.
That you did a review of.
I did of a Zap Rousdower beer. So if there's any Mystery Science Theater fans out there, you'll remember Zap Rousdower. He's a glorious hero of the movie The Final Sacrifice. And whenever I see Zap, it just comes into mind. So this is what I'm thinking of when I drink this. Even though it's probably not Zap Rousdower inspired, it should be.
Before I attempt to read this white on pink writing in this beer shed at night, is there any beer reviewers that you talk to up in Canada?
Yeah, I already said, dude. Shane's Craft Beer Reviews and Drew from...
But have they had beers from this brewery?
I don't know, man. I didn't memorize their catalog, dude. Come on. Look, I remember the beers I reviewed. I don't know what the hell they've looked at. I'm sure they've done... Listen, I know I've seen other dudes do Nickelbrook videos because every time I see Nickelbrook, I think Nickelback and chuckle to myself, right? And think like, Nickelback, they suck. But that's what I was thinking. I know I've seen people do beers from this brewery, and they're pretty good brewery. Like I said, I did one of them before. I liked it. I think they're good brewery. So I'll say they're solid. And I'll say the Canadian dudes are aware of who they are.
All right.
I don't know when they did them, but they did them. That's how, someone's done one of the reviews from these guys at some point.
So because the writing and text compared to the color of the can is so awful for
White
reading,
on pink, bro. That's not a good.
I gotta use my phone flashlight to read it. I'll try not to blind people with it. And it says, this otherworldly version of Zap Sour IPA beams with zippy citrus flavors thanks to the addition of fresh lemon zest and pink guava. Zingy lemon breeze. Brewer's Elements, 5.6 ABV. Malt, Pilsner, wheat malt, flaked oats, Golden Promise. I've never heard Golden Promise before.
Nor I.
Hops, Cascade, Centennial Citra, yeast, California Ale, fruit, lemon zest, pink guava. And then it says pour color, so we have something to expect today.
Ah.
Pour color is pink lemonade. There's also something else interesting on this can. Most cans will have some sort of government warning on them. Everybody's used to that.
Don't operate machinery. If you're pregnant, it can harm you. Blah blah blah.
This can has this weird black sticker. It's actually a sticker that looks like somebody else put it on after the fact. That is the government warning. I've never seen a beer or any alcohol really that has like a random government warning sticker on it that looks like it was added by somebody other than the brewery.
Here's my big question. If the government is seriously concerned about me drinking Zap Pink Lemonade, why the hell is the font like 0.5? I can't read this. No one could read this. This could say serious danger, and I can't even read it because it's so small. So, I mean, if you're trying to warn people about the dangers of alcohol, right, kind of aka reefer madness route, make it big enough so you can read it, man. That's silly.
As we're talking about the stickers on the can, there's also a price sticker that reminds me I picked this up at Ross Beverage in Delhi up in Lakewood, Ohio.
For $2.99?
$2.99 US.
What a bargain. Now, all right, let's start off. The artwork on here is pretty interesting. It looks like a spaceship shooting down lemons, or maybe a magic mushroom, depending on, you know, what you're doing this evening. Interesting little artwork on there. It says pink lemonade and all this, you know, odd small writing on the side there, I guess. You ready to rock on this one?
Absolutely. I'm ready to try this pink lemonade and see how it holds up.
369 on Untappd, 346 on Beer Advocate. So that's fairly well. There you go. That's kind of cloudy already.
I mean, it's less pink than Are you knobhead pouring it again?
I am not. Get out of here, dude. It's a solid.
You gave me 3/4 of the can. You're going to get a quarter of it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was a bit of a knobhead pour. I screwed that up. I hope you haven't.
You are terrible.
I know, dude.
These are basically graduated cylinders that have
Listen, I'm not
demarcations on them, so
I'm
you
not
can
reading
measure
the
it
hash
out.
marks. I'm eyeballing it, not particularly.
The whole point of using amazing jars is to have the hash marks so you know where to pour, so we have an even pour.
Listen, first beer of the night, I'm going to nail the pour.
No, you didn't nail the pour.
We way past that. Let's just do this, man.
So first of all, that's not anywhere near as pink as I would have thought.
There's a
from
little
the
bit
can.
of a pink hue.
There's definitely a pink hue. It does have a pink hint.
I mean, it's kind of like, is it like golden pink? It's like a golden color with kind of like a pink hue.
I mean, if I use my imagination, it's pink.
It's hard to tell when you have the lights. Sometimes you gotta like shine it underneath, or I mean,
It's
I know
like it's like light grapefruit juice pink.
Oh, shnikes! I got a few floaters in there too, bro. Look on the bottom.
Do you?
Yeah, man. They almost look like seeds. Is that like some fruit seeds or something?
Let's hope so.
I think it's supposed to have raspberries. Maybe it's like, you know, little raspberry, the little pit things that are on it.
But I expected it to be more pink, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Just from the description.
I'm
where
honestly
it says,
glad it's not. Whenever they're overly pink, I'm like, oh, good. Red number 5 was introduced. Like, I don't want to drink red number 5, bro. Had dissipated quickly, like you kind of expect on a sour, so no big surprise there.
It did. However, it kind of hangs like when it is up on top of the glass. It kind of hangs there forever.
Smell that. That smells really good, dude.
Yes, that
it
smells
like
delicious.
pink
It
lemonade.
does smell like pink lemonade.
It's lemons and raspberry, dude, straight up. That's a nice smell.
That is pink lemonade smell.
Ready to check it out?
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. Medium light body.
Some pucker at the end.
Yeah, definitely you get the little bit of a lip pucker from the lemon. It tastes like pink lemonade.
It
honestly.
does, absolutely.
It's lemons. You get the little bit of raspberry, but it's not too sweet. I would say it's way more lemon than raspberry, which I'm glad.
Yes,
because
definitely.
There's so many fruit beers out there, so many sweet raspberry brews. I'm a big raspberry fan. I like raspberry in beer, but I like that they let the lemon run the show here. Right, this is supposed to be a lemonade. You want to taste that like nice kind of citric acid or whatever you get in the lemon, and I think you pick that up big time. But then you do get a little bit of raspberry to even it out. I think it's a really solid beer.
Is raspberry flavoring the flavoring they derive from Beaver's beeholes?
I don't know. Do what they be doing with beavers' buttholes? What are you talking about?
Yes, there's a flavoring. I think it's raspberry flavoring that they derive out of beavers.
Listen, if this is true, I'll add in a little box here somewhere that says it's true. If it's not, I'm going to say Alex Jones here got it wrong. But there's a chance he got it right. I don't know, man. I don't know what they be doing.
Did you review a raspberry beer a few days ago? Week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that?
Probably, yes. I mean,
I mean,
I'm a fan of like raspberry wheat beers.
there is some
beers, so
fruit
probably a
flavoring
chance, yeah.
that the fake fruit flavoring is derived from the scent glands
Of a beaver's.
around the starfish of a beaver.
Do you see what happens when I have guests on my show? They start talking about ridiculous shit. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll look it up. Check the boxes. If you see Alex Jones by him, it's bullshit. If you see a beaver's butthole over here, then it's true. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be like when I do Google images beaver's butthole, dude. I'm going to get banned from YouTube. I don't know why I mess with this dude.
For the free beers from the Rare Beer Club.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually love this. I didn't think I was going to really dig this. This doesn't sound really bad. I kind of think there's an inverse relationship between like wacky can art and beer quality. So like if you hype up the cans with weird shit like this, I tend to think this is going to be crap. But this has got kind of like a neat, weird image. It's got a magic mushroom look to me, even though it's supposed to be a spaceship, I guess. But
I mean, it looks like a lot of stuff from Roswell.
I think this delivers. I think this is a really good beer.
It is.
If you're a fan of pink lemonades, if you're looking for like kind of a nice summer beer, it's 5.6%, so it's nothing too crazy. I would drink this for sure, man.
Absolutely. I would drink a lot of these.
So Nickelbrook, Zap, exclamation point, pink lemonade, you would get a big thumbs up. For sure would have another one of these.
Absolutely. I'd give you a big thumbs up, too. I could sit here on a nice summer evening watching the sunset and drink a lot of these and get in trouble with them.
Man, for sure. These are really good. Hey, hopefully you guys liked the video. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Do you have a favorite Nickelbrook beer? A favorite Canadian beer maybe we should try? If so, let us know in the comments. Till next time. Cheers.